Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching 13 Reasons Why. This episode 12 of season 2. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Last episode, Bryce took to the stand, we thought this is it. This is going to be the episode where, they get all the information and they take him down. And it didn't actually turn out like that. I think he actually come off better than he went in, i.e. before he went in. We had all these people, all eyes on him, all these rumours. And then obviously he told some lies on the stand. He told some truths about the situation with Hannah in the hot tub, but told some lies about their relationship in the build-up up to that situation. And then, obviously, he come out of it kind of looking pretty strong, to be honest. So, very interesting. You know what I mean? Like I said, all eyes and everyone was pointing fingers at him before it. And then, obviously, when he went in there, he spit a bit of lies. And then he come out of it with all his mates, got his back, all cheering, celebrating and stuff. Chloe, she is a girl that is on those pictures. It looks like Bryce is raping her. And the Bakers thought they had him right where they wanted him, when they got her to come onto the stand and testify. So I was saying that it was bad to have Bryce in that courtroom because as she went to tell the truth, as she went to tell the stories, she could see Bryce at the side. She could see how depressed and sad he looked. And she fell for it, didn't she? She didn't end up telling the truth. She said that she was aware of the situation. She knew the pictures was being taken. And she does remember having sex with Bryce. And we all know, well, actually, I was going to say we all know, but from the look of the picture and the reactions that she's done from getting those, that information fed to her from Jessica, I believe that she didn't know, and she lied in court to try and protect Bryce because she felt bad for him, because she could see him as she was obviously testifying. So it didn't go in the Bakers' favour, not the way they wanted it to anyway. So Clay, again, spiraling out of control. He couldn't really hack it, what was going on. He's devastated that he's done. To be fair, you have to admit, Clay's done everything that he can to try and get the Bakers to win and to take Bryce down. Do you know what I mean? He has left no stone unturned. He has done everything. He's pushed the tapes to be released. He's pushed people to testify in court. He's gone and got a confession. He has released the tapes. He's tried to go to the police. He's done everything, literally. Clay has done everything, and it's still not worked out. He was shooting guns with Tyler in, obviously, the last episode, and the police come, they arrived, and they had to flee. He went one way, Tyler went the other. In my personal opinion, it looked like both clips was emptying the guns. They were shooting it. They ran out of ammo just before the police arrived, but that didn't stop them from running, bolting away. Tyler has gone in one direction. Clay has decided that he's going to go all the way to Bryce's house. As he's on his way, he got Hannah in the side of his ear going on, mate. She's kind of egging him on to go and shoot Bryce. He's consistently talking, go for it, go for it. He's done this. He was reading out a tape, the one when she was obviously attacked by Bryce. We had Justin, he turned up at Bryce's house. He's trying to tell Clay, stop it, mate. I've had a conversation with Jessica. She said that I can testify in court. She said that I can reveal the information. I know everything about it. She couldn't do it last time. It's her story, but she said that I can tell it. Big step in the, in that story. Massive step. And obviously Clay, he's losing it. He's going a bit crazy. You got Hannah there talking to him. He's like, try and make a stop. Justin's like, make who stop? What are you talking about? Clay's got this gun. He's put it to his own head. Do you know what I mean? You've got Bryce coming outside like, what the fuck? I think that's what he said anyway. And the episode ended. So that was crazy, honestly. It was really intense, the last 10 minutes of that episode. And I can't wait, obviously, to find out what we have today. And if Justin can say what he wants to say in court. And if people start to obviously believe that Bryce has actually done this attack. So I can't wait. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Same clothes as yesterday, and he smelled. Want a sandwich?
Not hungry.
Come on, take the sandwich. And I'll take half your Twinkies.
I don't need you to stick up for me.
I know. I just wanted a Twinkie.
Bryce and I have been friends since the 3rd grade.
The fuck are you two doing?
Just hold on.
He's gonna keep doing it. We have to stop him, Justin.
Not like this.
Hannah wants him dead.
No, I don't think she does. I don't think she wants to keep seeing people get hurt.
This is fucking ridiculous.
You're gonna go back inside, and you're gonna pour yourself another glass of whiskey, and you're gonna forget that we were ever here. You got it?
Come on, Justin, man. I want you to have a good episode. Take him down.
What the fuck?
What is it?
Bryce following
Being
him.
followed. What the hell was that?
Probably the person who's been fucking with all of us.
Bryce.
It wasn't his car.
And one of his boys.
Alex,
What? I'm awake.
did you not just hear us pounding on the door?
I don't know. I must have fallen asleep.
He seems to get in a deep sleep, doesn't he?
Standall, do you know the damage these things can do to your health?
The only damage they do is to the roof of your mouth, Mom.
Well, we're back to a healthy breakfast.
12:12 a.m. Someone gave me a bullet. 12:13 a.m. Someone gave me a gun. You can't fucking text shit like this to a person and then fall asleep.
I know who's messing with us.
How? How's he figured
I
that
don't know
out?
where he is.
I don't know where he is, so surely it's not just Montgomery or someone in the school.
I want to apologize that an argument that was largely between your father and me had the impact it did on the family.
I feel like I came here and messed everything up.
Justin,
No,
that's
no,
not
it's not.
what happened.
You didn't.
I want to make sure that you understand everything that's at stake for you before you testify.
Like, it sounds to me, yeah, that it's one of these where they get to you before you go into the court. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm there, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Yeah, but if you do this and do this and do this, you'll get put away for 10 years. And you're like, fucking hell, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to say that. It always happens, you know what I mean? Something like that where somebody comes in and nips a little word in there, drops a little thing in there, and then you're like, nah, sack it. I'm not saying that because I'll be going down then. And that's what it is. Like, it does stress me out, but that's an assumption that I'm making. Let's see if we actually get this side of the conversation.
Doing this sober is a lot harder than I thought it'd be. And you know, I'm gonna have to say stuff about me and Hannah. We didn't. We never had sex or anything like that. Where'd you get the gun?
I borrowed it from a friend.
Well, give it back. Bryce used to tie them for me. Never really learned how.
I like the way that you're taking care of Justin. He really is just a sweet, injured boy.
I was gonna kill him, Hannah. Is that not what you want?
He was egging him on yesterday, though.
We can drive together. They'll be right behind us in one of the other Priuses.
There's no box of pictures or anything like that. This is just fucking Zach making shit up to make me look bad. Like I grill you about every guy you hooked up with before me, do I? Where's the fucking trust?
What was I supposed to do?
Walk out.
Miss Jewel is gonna do whatever she can to discredit you on the cross. She's gonna bring up everything. Do you understand?
If you leave them any room to doubt you, they will. Bryce fooled them yesterday. Has someone threatened you? Are you afraid of him?
Not a goddamn bit.
But someone has threatened him, though. Do you know what I mean? That's the interesting thing. Another thing that I find interesting is that, you know, they probably, what they're going to do is they're going to try and do what they done with Toner to him. They're going to try and make the juror feel like whatever he's got to say, it's going to be like inconclusive, or it's not going to be relevant, or you can't trust him because he's a person that's, I don't know, ran away from school. He's been done for, you know, he's been accused of rape, not by anybody, but the rumours that Bryce spread. Do you know what I mean? So, like, they're going to try and discredit his family life, him as a person, him running away, doing drugs. Do you know what I mean? Like, his relationship with Jessica. And they're going to try and portray him as, like, a person that, like, whatever comes out of his mouth, you can't take serious. Do you know what I mean? And then they'll probably try and ask him questions. Because, like I said at the start in the intro, the episode yesterday, Bryce went in a bad light and he come out looking in an alright light, to be honest. It was beneficial for him, that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it didn't go the way they expected it at all. And even she said then, he fooled them yesterday, and I think he did.
This is wrong. What? Now they'll know we're not weak. It's totally punk, right? It's not punk. It's fucking stupid.
Like you said, we can end those motherfuckers.
Dude, that was just me saying shit. That was just me talking, man. Are you serious right now?
I'll tell them it was all me. I'll do whatever you want.
No, it's fine. And how would you describe Mr. Walker's relationships with girls? Were they fear-based as well?
Yes, sir.
How would you describe Hannah?
She was really kind. We only had one real date, but it was nice.
Are you sure you don't want me to call someone, or?
Yeah, it'll run its course. Seth will get sick of my mom and eventually take off. They usually do. I usually try to save the whole my mom's an addict thing till the fourth date too.
Amazing, right? Feel free to pass out. You know, the body after stress just.
He's definitely going to be asleep. It was obvious.
She just let me sleep there all night. She slept on her own floor.
Costa's clear front door at the bottom of the stairs.
Do you want to do this again sometime?
Call it 8-5.
Sure.
Why no ride this morning?
What's up, man? I figured I'd walk.
Walking from the completely wrong direction.
Knew I'd have to tell him something. I don't know why that was more important to me than doing right by Hannah. Maybe Bryce sent it around because he was jealous. Or maybe because he's just cruel.
Now, I got lawyers talking to me about a search warrant and that drugstore being vandalized a couple nights ago. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
No. Tell me what you saw when you went back into the room that night.
I went back into the room. Jessica was passed out, and
Here we go.
Bryce was standing over her, and his pants were unzipped. It sounded like she started to wake up.
And did you think of calling the police or calling for help?
I did, but I was afraid of losing my best friend, my girlfriend, my entire life.
Good that he said it though, mate. Justin looks well beat up, doesn't he? Let's be honest, like they've done good with the makeup. He looks like he's proper down in the dumps now. The conversation that Bryce just had with his baseball coach there, you know, he's just said, why would you even take them in the first place? And we've said that. Why would you take them in the first, especially when you're facing it as well? Maybe if you've done it like anonymously, but it's like full on facing it. I said that it could have been laid down. Anybody could have walked in, seen them. Easy case against you. Now, we have to remember somebody has got this box. They did break into Clay's car. I didn't mention it in the episode they broke into Clay's car, but what is he doing having that chest or whatever it is, box on his back seat? Could have been in the trunk of his car, put it in the boot, you know what I mean? Like, nobody could see it. It was there in open show. If you was part of the baseball team and you walk past and you seen it, you'd be like, wow, why is that in there? Smashed, give it me back. You know what I mean? But, like, who's took it? That is a big question. Also, yeah, somebody did leave a threatening note on the car this morning. And, you know, Alex did say to Zach that he's figured out who it is that's doing this. So, again, it's going to be very interesting to find out.
They don't know about yesterday, but you missed the first 3 periods today.
How'd you get that out of Miss Douglas?
It was the cane, dude. I told him that he was supposed to help me with PT.
So you were intoxicated at this
It's a
party,
he.
is that correct?
Yes,
You're a heroin addict, isn't that correct?
I wasn't then. I'm in recovery. I heard noises.
Noises that could have been the sounds of 2 very drunk teenagers having sex, correct?
No, Jessica was passed out. He shoved me out.
Mr. Foley, isn't it true that you never saw Bryce assault anyone?
No, that's not true.
Isn't it true that you concocted this rape story to save yourself from the embarrassment of what really happened? Your girlfriend cheated on you with your best friend. And aren't you lying now?
No.
Asked and answered.
No, I'm telling the truth.
He's looking at the juror. You know what, right? She's saying the jury's not buying it, but I thought all she was saying then was bullshit. And do you know what it is? She didn't give him... I don't understand how in court they allow a full-on, sustained attack, on him. That she was full-on attacking him. There was no time to answer a question. No time to, get a good answer out. Do you know what I mean? She was full-on just boom, 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 and then... Some questions were relevant, but then other questions, it was assumptions and lies, do you know what I mean? Isn't true that you made up that story that she was raped, in it, Jess wanted to have sex with him, you know what I mean? All that was just bullshit that she just threw in. And, she's asking so many questions so fast that his mind can't process it. And, when she's asking one lie and one truth, he can get muddled up, do you know what I mean? I don't understand how the... courts allow so many things. To me, he was getting attacked then. It wasn't a fair thing. And to be honest, he's consistent. Even everything that he was saying, if you go back to what he said 10 minutes ago, it matched. It literally did match. He said that she was unconscious. He went upstairs with her, but she was unconscious. And then she was saying, well, you never saw him, having penetration? No, but I seen him with his pants down. Well, isn't it true that she could have wanted to have sex? Well, no, because she was unconscious. That's what he literally said. And then he was like, how do you know that they both weren't just enjoying it? They both wanted to have sex. He's like, well, they did they? Because she couldn't move, she couldn't speak. You know what I mean? I'd literally just left the room 1 second ago, and as I walked back in, she was still unconscious, and he pushed me out of it. You know what I mean? I thought he was consistent with what he was saying, but she was trying to bombard him with too many questions that, what he was saying was starting to get muddled up.
In the hands of the faculty at Liberty High School, Hannah Baker was bullied, and she asked for help. She went to her school counselor, and she suggested that she had been raped by a fellow student. She went to a mandatory reporter. Hannah Baker asked for help, and Liberty High School failed to provide it.
I understand it's difficult to hear these things when your child has not shown a tendency towards rule-breaking in the past. We decided to refer Tyler to a diversionary program. Well, Cyrus is going to be suspended for a period of time.
How's that fair?
Well, he did come to us voluntarily.
Many factors contributed to Hannah Baker's suicide, some of which we may never know. She never reported any of her conflicts with students, and she never said she was raped. I'll leave you with this question. When do we hold the parents responsible?
If those pictures end up with the wrong person, we're all fucking done.
Dude, some of those pictures are just like partying or whatever.
You think that fucking matters?
All they keep talking about is how he went missing and how him and Bryce had a falling out. They're not even, they're missing the point.
There's still a criminal case to be made.
No, that wouldn't do any good.
Because you still don't remember.
Mom, you've seen what they've done to Hannah in that courtroom.
You can actually save it though, even though you don't want to be there. You can actually be the savior.
My dad's on a fucking tear, man. Came after me with a hammer, so few days in the hobo hotel.
I'm not a rapist, Monty, and I'm sick of people assuming I am.
Wait, so you're the one who fucking narked about the clubhouse?
I did.
Oh, right. Of course you did.
Alex, where'd you get that gun?
Monty gave it to me.
Yeah, I'll give you the Polaroids, and then I'm clean. That's the deal. They're not here.
I'll go with you. Alex. No. I go with him.
Ah, that was interesting. So it's Montgomery that done it. I mean, to be fair, yeah, Montgomery taking the Polaroids out of Clay's car would make sense. You know, he's Bryce's like right-hand guy, isn't there? Now, him actually terrorizing them all, and Bryce maybe not knowing, that would be interesting. You know, Bryce was like, man, I ain't got a clue who terrorized the baker's shop. I don't even go to that part of town. I probably agree with him with that one. He might know what's happened, but I don't think Bryce was involved. I'd be interested to know if Bryce was even involved in beating up Clay, to be honest. You know, they all had masks on, and we didn't hear any of them speak. And, like, you know, putting the rat inside of Zach's bag, I could see that being him. Now, sending a bullet to Alex and the gun, you know, and breaking into Clay's house, like, what's his bigger meaning of it? Is he just trying to do it to unsettle everybody, to scare them, to make them, like, feel like they can't tell the truth in court because there's going to be repercussions? Do you know what I mean? Like, if that was the case, then it could have actually done its purpose, because they all seem to be a bit flustered inside of court. You never know if that was the reason why, but it didn't really go well for many of them. I thought the first half of the season, for the people like Ryan and Courtney, and I thought Tyler at the very start, like those early episodes was way in the Baker's favour in my opinion. But as we started to get towards the end, I think it's become 50-50 there, where it's like down to your interpretation of the story.
The district has completed its review, and they've decided to terminate your employment, effective immediately.
You can do more. These kids, they deserve better than what we're offering them.
Well, per student spending.
Save the talking points. Well, I'll take the blame. Who's gonna take the blame next time? These kids are flagged as most critical. They need your attention every week, if not every day.
Don't tell me he's not going to follow through with that. Oh, Tyler. I do think Tyler's going to shoot someone, me, not going to lie.
Hell, you out to save his own ass in a heartbeat. You know that, right?
You know what I got, Alex? I got my friends. I got the team.
Where are the pictures?
Man, I don't know. I don't have them.
What?
I said what I did to get out of there. By the time you get anywhere, I'll be long gone.
Maybe she's got them. Imagine that.
I just got a warning.
I told him I should get suspended. Do you believe me, yes or no?
An honest answer would be in certain situations.
You know I love you, right? Tell me you love me.
I love you.
I only wanted this to be okay for you and to never have to think about it again.
I know.
Those pictures out there somewhere, all of those girls need someone to stand up for them.
But we just wanted you to know that we'll stand by you, and we believe you.
That's good. Even Courtney's there, and she's not even been in the season.
As lonely as it is, you'll never be alone.
I told him not to say that because it's cheesy, but whenever you're ready, we are too.
How could you tell he was assaulting her?
He was on top of her and his penis was out.
I remember feeling his body. I remember him holding me down. I remember his face. It was Bryce Walker.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Isn't it, mate? I'm proud of her. It's fucking hard, isn't it?
Despite everything, I thank you for your courage and wish you children of your own someday, so you'll know what it's like to want to save them from the world.
I think Tyler's going to go on a mad at me. Is anyone else getting this feeling? His character's slowly progressing up, like, I feel like it's going to explode.
You know, I didn't realize that these things move.
Yeah, they flipped over everything, all the shelves, the computers in the back.
I wonder how long it's been back there.
It still smells like her. We used to judge people who came to the movies alone.
Well, I'm not alone, am I?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I can't forgive you, Hannah. I
can't ever forgive you.
And if you're gonna know me, then you need to know all of me.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I was a fighter long before I figured out I was gay. And after I figured out I was gay, I was glad I was a boxer. Because I didn't ever want to be scared again, especially of someone that I love.
Dropping the L word on him, mate. Back up to date. You know, before the verdict's announced, can they announce if the Bakers win, but without saying Bryce is a rapist? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So, like, next season, it could be not the Bakers story. I know it'd be kind of 3 seasons of Jess and Bryce, but not really. It's been dropped. It's been first 2 seasons have been about Hannah, haven't they? Like, but this season been a good progression in many characters' stories, and like a lot of it, big chunk, been of Jess. Now, maybe they can announce that the Bakers have won the trial against the school. There was, you know, like negligent in you know, looking after Hannah, and they didn't do it well, and they didn't have the right, you know, supports and stuff like that. And they say the Bakers can win, and all that can happen without saying that Bryce is a rapist and that Bryce is, you know, at fault for causing the majority of this. And then now she's testified with the police. It could be next season police story of a full-on try and sentence Bryce. Do you know what I mean? Because this season, this story is about the Bakers and the school. Next season, it could be about Bryce and Jess and try and send him down for the actual assault. Because I don't know if, like, if the Bakers win this, that anything actually happens to Bryce. I'm not too sure because it was their trial. So it will be actually really interesting. Do you know what? I would actually be happy with that. If the storyline was we conclude the Hannah and the Bakers this season and move on to the next, and we have the Bryce and the Jessica going down obviously the police route, I would be happy with that.
All rise.
Bailiff, bring in the jury, please. Madam Forewoman, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor. We, the jury, in the case of Andrew and Olivia Baker versus the Evergreen County School District, find the defendant not responsible.
She's defo in debt now, mate. Pure doll.
Hannah was a beautiful young woman, full of life and fears and failings like any other teenage girl. You know, I don't know a single woman who hasn't faced sexual assault, abuse, or worse.
That this cannot happen again. Students deserve to feel safe.
Fucking Bryce.
Bryce Walker?
Yes, sir.
You're under arrest for felony sexual assault.
You're making a big fucking mistake.
Justin Foley, you're under arrest as an accessory to felony sexual assault.
He saved my life. Hey, we have to help him.
We will.
Justin had to get arrested. He knew what happened. He like concealed the story. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that he needs to go down as much as Bryce.
What do we do?
Right, so that's interesting. Do you know what, right, actually? You know, let's look at the bigger picture. Did you actually ever care if the Bakers won against the school? I know it sounds daft because we've been saying that they should win and I've been saying they should win. But I've actually never cared about winning against Bryce. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the one that I actually care about. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually don't really care that much that they'd lost against the school, you know, because it's the school. The school didn't do the assault. Bryce did. Do you know what I mean? So, like, obviously I wanted the Bakers to win, yeah. I feel like there was enough evidence there to show that they wasn't massively, like, helpful in preventing stuff. There was certain situations, like, I liked it when, you know, Mr. Porter and the other teacher took to the stand and he was saying, yeah, well, we follow procedures. We had the posters up. I made my time available. We have classes. We say it every single day. I made myself, you know, anonymous email. We put hotlines out. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was following procedures. But, like, my whole opinion on the whole Hannah thing is that she was raped and that Bryce needs to go down. Do you know what I mean? And that is where I was just saying a second ago before that conclusion happened, that can the Bakers win? Or, well, I said can the Bakers win and Bryce not actually be taken down? And then obviously we move into next season with the Jess versus Bryce police storyline. But it looks like the same thing's happening, but the Bakers lost, but they're going into next season. Even Hannah's mum there at the end, you know, Olivia, she was saying, mate, we've got Bryce. I feel like the whole story was she wants to take down the person that raped her kid. Do you know what I mean? And, like, at first, Bryce's name wasn't there. So when this trial started, when this obviously court case began, the tapes weren't out. They listened to him, but they wasn't public. The tapes weren't public. The girls weren't named, so they didn't know it was Jess, and Bryce wasn't named the rapist. So the only thing the Bakers could do was take the school down. You know, this all happened to a pupil at your school. These scenarios happened during school time, and the school let it happen and didn't do anything to kind of like prevent it. And it was the school versus Hannah, well, the Bakers. Do you know what I mean? But now, as this information has come out, we found it out. It was Bryce. They found out it's Jessica. They found out all of the things that have been happening. It's become Hannah versus Bryce, Jess versus Bryce, and I think that is the key story. That is the key takeout. And actually, do you know what I mean? Like, if I think of it, like, logically, I never really cared about the Bakers beating the school. I cared about justice for Hannah being raped. That's what I cared about, and Jessica. And that is still going. It could still be a potential thing. And Justin has to be arrested. He does. Whether you like it or not, he has to be arrested. The guy knew it happened. He knew the rape took place. Yet he was quiet about it. So I don't know what it is. Concealing evidence, you know, an accessory to crime. I don't know what it is. It's like if I murdered somebody and you knew about it and you never told anybody. Do you know what I mean? But then it come out that I did murder them and I got arrested. Then it turned out you was protecting me as well by keeping it a secret. You'd get done for concealing, you know, like information. So that fits perfectly fine. But I'm excited for the story. This is episode 12. I thought this would happen in episode 13, to be honest, so that it would set up next season. But you know what I mean? Like, it's unexpected. I'm excited for the next episode. I'm going to watch it today. And, you know, unlucky for the Bakers. They have lost. It's going to cost them quite a bit. But they've still got a little small bit of hope that they can get what they deserve. Well, Bryce does. And he needs to be sent down for hurting females. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Very interesting. So the Bakers have lost the case against the school. Kevin has been fired by the superintendent. That means that he's kind of free now to say whatever he wants and go after the school himself if he wants to, you know. So that's going to be interesting to see there. Now, Bryce has been arrested. He said it's a big fucking mistake. No, the mistake was, mate, you raping multiple people. That's your mistake and you get what's coming to you. So I'm going to be, I'm going to be championing every single person that comes up and actually gives evidence against him now. Because like I said, if you think about it, this season, it's actually been all evidence against Hannah. Like, as in, everybody's testified that Hannah's a great person and she wasn't that bad and she wasn't really a bully. And she was obviously let down by the school. But we... obviously, as a viewer, I've always kind of felt that we're against Bryce. Do you know what I mean? So, like, even though all this stuff's been said and questioned about Hannah and stuff like that, I've actually always felt like the case was against Bryce. They always wanted to get Bryce. They always wanted his name out there. They always wanted to find out who was on tape 9. And obviously, they wanted to take him down more than they took the school down. That's what I have taken from it. And yes, the Bakers have lost, but they're kind of winning. Like, they are kind of winning because they've lost against the school, but it doesn't mean the person that has done this damage to their daughter, the person that has raped her, the person that has raped Jess, the person that is possibly, person that's raped Chloe, and then possibly raped more people, he's not got away with it because they've lost the case. The Bakers have lost the case to the school. The case with Bryce is just beginning. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, obviously these accusations come out and he was defending himself in court. And obviously he was defending himself against Hannah. But now he's got to defend himself against Jess. And this is where it gets really interesting. Because I feel like the Hannah storyline can get concluded. I feel like Olivia could be in next season, be a support anchor for Jessica. She could be there, she could be a champion, she could help her with advice, she could be a person there, and obviously she can be another supporter towards her, because as you've seen today, Jess had so many people on her side that it give her the courage to come up and actually report this crime. Now obviously Justin's gone in and done it himself and he's been arrested. Now obviously, like I said, it's understandable that he knew this crime happened, he kept quiet. Now obviously he's being arrested too, but Clay's mum, she's going to do everything that she can to obviously help him. I actually like Justin this season, he's been really good. Now, we still don't know who's got these Polaroids. Now, we thought it was Montgomery. That's what Alex said. They did confront him, pulled a gun on him as well. He said that he was the one that sent in the bullet, that sent him in a gun. He's the one that's obviously been sending all these, letters and that. But then when he took him to this place, he turned out and said, it wasn't me. I just said that so I could get myself out of that sticky situation. I'd be long gone by now, by the time, obviously, you get back after taking, his stick and that. So again, it's like, was it Montgomery? Do you know what I mean? And like, who's got them then? Do you know what I mean? And are they still going around terrorizing people? Now, Tyler's interesting. You know, we'll conclude Tyler next season, and what I mean next episode in the finale, because we still got next episode to play out. I don't know what he's going to do, to be honest. His character has been really interesting this season. You know, I feel like he still does like Cyrus's sister, but he's now kind of like beefing with Cyrus. You know, he's calling him a narc for saying stuff, obviously, to the school. He's been suspended. He's got to go and do some sort of classes or something, Tyler. You know, Tyler's personality has changed from hanging around with from Cyrus, but all this is stemming from his experiences in school as well. So if you look at it, I know we've heavily focused on Hannah, and we've heavily focused on Jessica, but we have had a quite big character building on many people this season, and you can see like the impacts that all of this stuff is having on Tyler. So then when he lashes out and he overreacts and he does something, you can at least understand why he's feeling that way. Doesn't mean that you have to agree with it. I feel like he's going to get a gun and shoot someone. Me, I actually really do think that he's going to do that. But again, it's just another storyline that's open, that's fascinating, and honestly, I can't wait to find out. So we've got one more episode left. I thought today would have been the final episode of this season in terms of like how it ended, but it didn't. You know, we've arrested Bryce, and we're going to go into the next episode. That's probably going to leave us on a cliffhanger for season 3. So I can't wait. Thanks for checking out today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.